Hello everyone, my name is Tony Lau and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will go through the top 5 Feng Shui taboos in the bedroom. Things you should be watching out for, what to avoid, how to remedy the situation if you have one of these issues so we can all sleep safe and sound at night. Before we begin, hit the like button for some good luck today. It will greatly help the channel with the YouTube algorithm. I couldn't sleep the other night, rolling on the bed left and right, but then I was able to sleep safe and sound after hitting the like button. True story. This is rare, but I have seen it in the past. So I have a client that really loves crystal lamp, and she even put one in her bedroom. And that's a big no-no. So unlike the round shape of lamp, so we rank lamp in different tiers, and crystal lamp is the worst for home or any home. If you have a crystal lamp at home, I recommend you getting rid of it, even though they look pretty. So the ranking I would put lamp is from the round shape of lamp to like the hanging lamp to crystal lamp. Crystal lamp will make you prone to injury. You have crystal lamp at home, you can easily cut yourself, get hurt, injury, all sorts of things. Anything in that sense can be attributed to crystal lamp. So you have them in your room, get rid of it. Living room is okay, but I don't recommend it because you still have to run into your living room. So hang lamp mostly in the kitchen. Those are secondary. Actually bad for studying. I wouldn't recommend those either. Usually you see those in kitchen. I rarely find those in the bedroom. I almost never seen it in the bedroom. That kind of light actually is bad for studying as well. Don't put those in any study rooms. The best lamp is mostly the round type. A lot of room design now have round type now. Those are actually perfect. They keep the peace at home and make everyone happy. So have plenty of those without any worry. So doors in the bedroom. Not just there. I know I stress about the bedroom door quite a lot on this channel. You always want to avoid a wall in the entrance, placing your bed there. But beside the bedroom door, you also need to worry about the bathroom door sometimes. Especially when you're older, you gotta worry about your health. Not only does bathroom attract negative energy to your health, it also bring in unnecessary cherry blossom. So it could impact your marriage if you're not careful. Assuming you're a monogamy relationship, I mean, doesn't really affect you if you have an open marriage. Not judging here. So you always want to avoid the direct line of sight from the bedroom door. Ideally, you have one of those bedroom that you like walk in and turn. That would block all the significant effect. Bigger bedroom is usually non-issue. It's usually there's smaller bedroom I've seen like in apartments that have these type of issue, or you have like a really rectangular shaped bedroom, and that would bring in these type of issue because there are limited spot in putting your bed. So the bigger bedroom, the better. I know it's not always possible, but oftentimes we have to get creative about putting your bed with limited space we got. And also sleep in the right direction too. That would have to depend on your birthday. Recently, one of my friends places his bedroom, design a certain wall with like in-place structure already, like for TV. But then she find out she got the wrong wall. It will actually be too late to put your bed at that point. But there's always different way to navigate those. We just have to get creative about like putting a room divider between the bathroom and your bed, or by the door to your bed, etc., etc. So that would mitigate the problem of putting a dresser that's taller than your bed. That would block the energy surging from the opening of the main door. If you absolutely had to place on that wall, that was one way to mitigate it. Due to limited space, you can't put your bed elsewhere. Play around with or consult a professional to get the right position. So this is not just a feng shui concern. I think psychiatrists and health profession are catching on to this as well. Like having a TV in your room could make your sleep worse. But they don't really know the fact it's related to playing your electronic before you sleep. But the way we interpret it as feng shui professional is TV is electronic. Electronic is fire. Having a fire object facing you in the bedroom, especially you're born in the summer season, because you're already born in the heating season, so you don't want to throw in additional fire to tip off the balance, which can cause you some health issue in the long run. So if you have a TV in the room, consider removing it or just leave it off if you don't remove it. Don't turn it on ever. The best remedy to this situation is just to get rid of the TV. You want better sleep. If you're not sleeping, and also boost your health as well. You're born in summer. I know some of that would like to watch TV and go to sleep. I don't get the reason behind that. I recommend reading a book. There are plenty of books out there that would put you to sleep, like instructional menu. So do that instead. So there's a lot of misconception about mirror and some valid concern too with mirror. Address their misconception first. Facing yourself is not necessarily bad. Facing the bed is not necessarily bad either. But you have to get to the root cause of the mirror. Having a dresser mirror is not a bad thing. Assume you know it's a right position. Mirror generally have two types. You got the convex mirror and the concave mirror. One absorbs, one bounces. If you're not sure, usually assume it's a convex mirror that absorbs. If it's flat, then we'll have to analyze the structure of the mirror. Usually they're convex. We just want to avoid pointing at any significant spot. Primarily is the 4 spot I mentioned in the 9 sector video. So watch that, you haven't seen this before. We want to avoid pointing at the 5 ghost spot. The 6 spirit and the sky doctor is okay, and you can spread those good energy across the house, but we want to avoid pointing at the 5 ghost spot, because that will either absorb the negative energy and spread it across the house, or if you have a convex mirror, it would bounce it off all over the place, and you don't want negative stuff spreading all over your house. And that's what we gotta avoid. It's not necessarily what or who they're pointing at, it's where they're pointing at. That's the most important part about mirror. So double check any position you have mirrors it in the home. You can't avoid it, like a bathroom mirror that's bolted into the wall. You can always use like a cloth to cover up the mirror when you're not using it. That's one way to minimize the effort, but it's only a temporary solution. When I look at houses, I always try to look for permanent solutions, because with temporary solutions, you tend to forget about what it does, what it means after a while. I know I play Feng Shui Taboos. Sometimes I even forgot what I put it for. I had to look up, why did I put this pink object in this spot? And I thought, oh, that's what it's for. So permanent solution is always better than temporary solution. We're at the finale. What is the #1 taboo in the bedroom? This is not necessarily the most common one, but it's the most serious one. Having this wrong could seriously impact your health, so I recommend pay attention. See if you have any of these problems in your room, your families, any of the friends that you care about. I would help them look for these problems. And that is ceiling beams. This is what they look like. Usually I don't see these in modern houses. They're mostly found in like log cabinet, in the vacation homes. If you live in the mountains, usually I've seen that design in modern houses. But sometimes I see this in custom built houses too. It's like a trendy design. It's actually really bad for you. Watch out for these type of design. They're not necessarily like a single log beam. They could be like these arch shape that you artificially created. I've seen these like really designed truss that look like an I-beam. Got this like weird T shape inside a room. If it's in the middle of it, then you got a problem. So think of it as it's a virtual beam that drops on you. You always want to avoid sleeping underneath it. So what happens if you sleep under it? Wherever the beam lands on you, you're gonna have problem in that area in your body. So if it's like under your leg, then you're gonna have some leg cramp, probably serious leg injury in the near future. If it's land on your chest, you could have some chest pain. Land on your head, you could get a lot of headache, or even seriously injured. And don't take head injury lightly, because you could lose your life if something serious happened to your head. Now, what is not an issue if it's like against the wall? It's like part of the wall, you just got this little bump that is not a ceiling beam, it's part of the wall. The airflow is fine. So what the problem is, like shown in this diagram. So naturally the energy flows in circular shape. What that beam does is blocks the energy flow. And all of a sudden you hit the beam, it crushes down directly whatever is underneath. If it's you sleeping, then it will crush you. Get it? So the first strategy is move the bed to avoid being underneath the ceiling beam. But if you live in like a studio apartment where you have limited space to put your bed, like you try every single possible way to move your bed, it just can't avoid the beam. What you can do is put a lamp on the beam. So as in this diagram, what the lamp does generate fire element. So that will heal the energy to avoid the sudden drop. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Like different Feng Shui professionals have tried to come up with different way to solve this issue. But this is one of the most effective way we have tested out. It works every time when you put a lamp there, because the heat would create a fire element that would heal the flow of the energy. So instead of the drop, when you have the lamp, it will actually continue the flow over the beam back in the circle phase. So that would solve the problem if you have a beam that you cannot avoid. Better if you could cover up the ceiling or move to a different room. So as I mentioned, lamp is the temporary solution. Best if you can find a permanent solution. So I hope this helped give you guys a better insight on taboos you should avoid in your bedroom. So stay safe out there. Comment down below if you have any questions. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Share this video with your friend or family that might have issue with the bedroom. This might just help them avoid a big issue in the bedroom and avoid a health crisis in their life. Also, you can check my Facebook and Instagram. I post that daily. And you can comment and ask questions there too if you have questions about other area in your life. And check out these videos if you haven't seen them before. Next week, we'll be talking about how to determine your major luck year. I know we talk about the big luck, but we never discuss how to calculate that year. So don't miss that. Stay tuned. So then until next time.